You throw the ball, she races after it, grabs it, and comes back to you, again and again. You think she's just playing. You think she wants you to throw it again. You think this is loyalty, this is obedience, this is what dogs do. You don't know what's actually happening. And when you find out, you'll never look at this moment the same way again. Because what happens when she brings you the ball is not play. It's not obedience. It's something so ancient and so complex that scientists have only recently begun to understand all the layers of this behavior. And there is one reason why she returns specifically to you, the fourth on this list, that will stop you in your tracks. Get ready. 1. She isn't bringing you the ball. She's sharing prey. Let's start with what will destroy everything you thought and immediately replace it with something better. When your dog carries the ball to you, one of the most ancient patterns that exists in canines activates in her neural system. The prey pattern. In a wolf pack, and among their ancestors, there was a clear rule. The hunter who caught prey brings it back to the pack, not because they're forced to, because that's how pack survival works. The prey belongs to everyone. You don't eat alone. You bring it back. You share. This isn't weakness. It's the strength of the pack. When your dog grabs the ball and carries it to you, she is executing this pattern with a precision that hasn't changed in thousands of years of domestication. The ball for her is prey. You are the pack. More precisely, you are the pack leader. And she brings the prey to the leader, not because she wants you to throw it again, not because she doesn't know what to do with it, because bringing it to you is right. It's what a good pack member does. It's her way of saying, I'm a good hunter. I made the catch. I brought it to you. Look at me. 2. Why she doesn't give the ball back immediately, and what that means. She runs up with the ball and doesn't give it back, holds it, circles, steps away when you reach for it. You thought she's teasing or being difficult. Neither one. This is an ancient mechanism that ethologists call social play with prey. After a catch, pack members interact with the prey together, not because they're hungry, but because it strengthens bonds. She isn't teasing you, she's inviting you, saying, I caught it, now let's do this together. Pull, wrestle. That's exactly why tug of war is so appealing to dogs. It's not stubbornness. It's a ritual that means we are one team. When you pull the ball and she pulls back, for her, that is one of the most intense moments of closeness possible between the two of you. 3. What happens in her brain when she races after the ball? This is what scientists call the prey drive, and it is one of the most powerful neural programs that exists in dogs. When the ball flies, a chain reaction activates that existed long before dogs ever existed. Moving object, pursuit, capture. This sequence triggers a release of dopamine, the reward neurotransmitter, at every stage, not just at the moment of capture, at every stage. The pursuit itself is pleasurable. This isn't a metaphor, this is neurochemistry. That's why some dogs can chase a ball for hours, even to the point of physical exhaustion. Dopamine suppresses fatigue signals. The brain says, one more throw, one more. But here's what's important. This explains why she races after the ball, but it doesn't explain why she carries it back to you. Because in nature, after catching prey, an animal doesn't carry it back to whoever threw it. It either eats or hides it, or carries it to the pack, but not back. The fact that she carries the ball specifically to you is a separate mechanism, and it's not connected to the prey drive. It's connected to you. 4. Here is what researchers didn't expect. I mentioned this at the beginning. This is what scientists figured out quite recently, and what changes everything. For a long time, retrieval, bringing an object to the owner, was considered simply the result of training. A reflex reinforced by reward, gave the ball, got a treat. A conditioned reflex by Pavlov. This explained why dogs that were specifically trained for retrieval performed the command. But it didn't explain something else. A research group from Emory University used MRI to study what happens in dogs' brains in the moment they carry an object to their owner. The result was unexpected. At the moment of retrieval, it wasn't the reward zone that activated, the one that responds to food and treats. The social attachment zone activated, the exact same zone that in humans activates when they give a gift to someone they love, when they help someone close to them, when they do something kind for someone they care about. Your dog doesn't bring you the ball for a reward, not because of a reflex. She brings you the ball because it gives her the same type of pleasure as love, literally, neurochemically. The act of bringing it to you is for her an act of love, every single time. 5. Why some dogs retrieve and others don't. Did you notice that not all dogs are equally fond of fetch? That some will chase a ball endlessly, while others watch it fly past with complete indifference? This isn't a question of training, it's a question of breed, more precisely of what was built into the breed through centuries of selection. Retrievers, Goldens, Labradors were bred for one specific task: find and bring back to the owner undamaged. For centuries, those with the strongest retrieval instinct were selected, those who carried gently, who didn't eat it, who returned specifically to the owner. This instinct became part of their biology. On the other hand, greyhounds, huskies, some terriers were bred for pursuit, not retrieval. When such a dog grabs the ball and runs off with it, it's doing exactly what it was created to do. It's not being difficult. It's executing a program built into it centuries before you entered its life. And here's what this means for you personally. If your dog doesn't retrieve, that isn't a training failure. It's just a different conversation, in a different language. That's also worth learning. 6. What she feels when you stop throwing. This is something nobody talks about. Because it's uncomfortable, you're tired, or distracted, or simply decided that's enough, and you stopped throwing. What happens to her in that moment? The dopamine system that was at peak activity suddenly loses its stimulus, physiologically unpleasant, like suddenly turning off music at the most intense moment. But that's only the first layer. The second is deeper. She perceives it as a social signal. You were part of the hunt, and suddenly you stepped out. For her, this isn't the end of the game. It's a question. Are you still here? Are we still together? Is this still our hunt? That's exactly why she doesn't leave. She stands with the ball, looks at you, puts the ball at your feet, nudges your hand with her nose. This isn't begging. It's an attempt to restore a connection that just broke. And when you pick up the ball again, her dopamine surges before the throw, simply because you're back with her, because you're one team again. She isn't waiting for the ball, she's waiting for you. 7. Why this matters to her far more than you think. Research published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science studied dogs that were given the opportunity to play fetch every day, and dogs that didn't have that opportunity. The results were significant. Dogs with regular fetch showed significantly lower chronic stress levels, significantly less destructive behavior at home, significantly higher social attachment scores toward their owner. But here's the most important finding. The effect was stronger when fetch was done specifically by the owner, not a stranger or another dog. It's not the ball that creates the effect, not the movement, not the dopamine from the pursuit. It's shared activity with you specifically. You are the key variable. When you throw the ball and she carries it back, that isn't just physical activity. It's one of the most intense ways to strengthen the bond between you. Every throw tells her, I'm here, I'm with you, we're together. And every return says the same thing back to you, without words, just ball, throw, return. Again. 8. What happens if you never play fetch with her? This is important to know. Dogs that don't have the opportunity to fulfill the instinct to pursue and retrieve redirect that energy somewhere else. Chew furniture, carry things around the house, your socks, the remote, your shoes. Not because they're being difficult, because they're bringing it to you, because the instinct demands bringing something to the owner, and there's no ball. And one more thing. A dog that regularly plays fetch with its owner shows significantly less anxious behavior. Because this game addresses several needs at once: physical activity, fulfillment of instinct, and, most importantly, time with you. For her, this isn't entertainment. It's a fundamental need, the same as food and sleep. You just didn't know that this isn't called play. It's called being together. Now you know. Next time she brings you the ball and puts it at your feet and looks up at you, don't think she just wants to play. She came to the pack leader with prey. She shared with you the most important thing she has. She told you that you are one team, that this hunt is yours together, that she is a good hunter, and that you are her person. Pick up the ball, throw it. She runs. This isn't play. This is a conversation they began with us 30,000 years ago, and which continues every day, right there in your yard. Write in the comments, does your dog bring the ball back or grab it and run? Just write and subscribe. Every video here reveals what your dog has been trying to say all along.